We are back here at IPC Apex 2025 in the Decode podcast booth, and we have David Lee with Inovaxe with us, a familiar face to the podcast. We met up with him at SMTAI, and that was a great experience. First time I had met you in person. So thanks for joining us, and I'll turn it over to you. Let us know about Inovaxe. What is it? What do you do?
So I'm David Lee, of course, technical sales manager at Inovaxe. We make material handling solutions all the way from receiving incoming goods, material storage in the warehouse, moving material out to the production line, and also storing material on the production line, factory connectivity, full traceability, connecting the ERP systems, MES systems, pick-and-place machines, providing lean, efficient material handling on top of full traceability.
Yeah, it's a pretty robust system. I'd say that what you guys do is you provide a lot of great solutions for people in our situation. Like, I know one of the things is, say you have a job coming up and you want to kit it ahead of time. You can just plug that in and it's going to light up. All of the reels that you need to pull are just going to be lit right up, and you can just go take them off of there, put them on the machine. When it's done, it's going to feed that data back to your system and tell you how many it consumed and how many are left on it, and then where it goes. It'll know where. I mean, it tracks the whole thing.
And what I want people to truly understand, to truly appreciate this, right, is before a system like this, we used cardboard boxes, right? So we went from this, or ESD, whatever, right? Storage system of just this regular square container to now there's literally a system out there that takes all of that. And if you the space saving that you see in these photos for these
insane,
like, and there's reel after reel, probably about as tall as this, right, of just reel after reel after reel after reel. And the craziest part is I can type in a job and it just, like you said, lights up and takes all that guesswork and clutterness, and it's like an OCD's person's dream, right?
Yeah. And that's the exact problem that we're solving, right? Where when you're looking at traditional storage methods, you're looking at traditional rack and bin systems that aren't not intelligent. A bin can have many part numbers in it, so an operator is not only having to find the bin on some shelf somewhere in the warehouse. Once you find the bin, you still have to dig through the bin.
Yeah.
And if you're doing a mill and aero spec, you're having to not only pick in first in, first out order, but specific lot codes, specific day codes. You're dealing with AVLs of specific manufacturing part numbers, which I know Aurora knows very well. You guys are doing medical and aerospace. And so the problem that we're solving is eliminating the pick time. It can take hours. We used to also be a CM as well until we switched over to an OEM and doing Inovaxe full time. But you're spending hours, sometimes days, just trying to find parts to get a kit together.
Yeah, you guys actually developed this for yourselves, and then you were like, well, this needs to be the new thing. Right?
We did, and it became very successful, and we're very proud and happy and blessed for that. But yeah, you're dealing with hours of time wasted looking for parts, and we're completely eliminating that by automating the delivery of either bill of materials, work orders, things like that, sent down to a system, utilizing a pick-by-light system, dynamic allocation. You're not dealing with specific bin locations or boxes or anything like that.
So you can actually prioritize different things. You can tell the software that you're going to want the lot codes in a certain order and things like that, so it picks the right things for you, you're saying?
You can. So we call those constraints if they're like specific lot codes that you need to use or even can't use. In most cases, customers are picking by some internal part number, which is tied to some AVL that has specific manufacturing part numbers. Yeah.
To me, it's almost like you've eliminated the need for an X-ray machine, X-ray parts counter. If you can have your pick and place communicate with your Inovaxe storage system of how many components were used, do you really need to count it anymore? It's obviously you're not going to say don't rely, but
right.
In theory, somebody could totally just get by with that and have a general assumption that this is probably how many
for the X-ray counter. That's on that with your system. That's most helpful in the receiving, right? The first time you're bringing parts in,
So we do have an incoming table that's used for receiving that integrates the ERP systems and it automates the receiving process. But in my opinion, the placement and attrition in pick and place machines is good. But if you're asking me, I'm X-ray counting everything that's getting returned back to stock because I prefer exact counts, right? So the built-in attrition is good enough, but sometimes operators, the amount, like they peel back on the tape, you get drop parts, things like that. So I want exact counts. I don't want some plus or minus.
Well, you don't want to end
estimation.
up running a job thinking you have enough parts because the system tells you that you do, but then you run out before the end.
And in
right?
some cases, honestly, if you're storing a lot of reels, in some cases that attrition is good enough. But, you know, my opinion, the way we run our line or the way we build our products, it's got to be exact. There's no guessing. And that's why we're really big on software and factory-wide connectivity. So everything is linked up to MES. So, you know, the pick and place is feeding information back for part placements, board level traceability, not even just the panel, but the boards on the panel too, right? So feeding up to the Inovaxe storage racks, Inovaxe feeding up to MES feeding up to ERP. So it's all connected together in a specific data sequence that is logical and lean. So we don't want to waste any even data movements. Not, you know, forget space savings and labor, but also automating any data transactions as well. So we are never going into an ERP system and doing anything manual. It is all completely automated. The bin transactions are automated. MES production work orders are starting, pausing, running, and closing. It's all automated. So
the errors are always going to be human, right? I mean,
exactly.
So if you're doing all that automated and that data is flowing on its own from spot to spot, you're not introducing that human error.
Right, and we even do things with the smart racks that eliminate human error, right? Like verification scans, buzzers, alarms, you know, things like that. We have customers that lock down the entire Inovaxe system if somebody tries to steal a reel or something like that. And even at incoming inspection, like we have like the Modi table. That, I mean, even at the receiving process, you know, a human is looking at a reel, comparing it to what's on a PO. Sometimes those manufacturing part numbers are like 30 characters long. 2 digits could be off, and it's different polarity, different ohms. So using a camera to read supplier labels, manufacturer labels, and using software to do that validation also completely eliminates that too. So we believe traceability begins right at receiving. So once it's received, it goes immediately into a smart rack, and that the real location is tracked intelligently using software.
And it doesn't matter which one you like. You don't have to put it in a specific slot. It's
correct.
Just, like wherever
it's all
you
dynamic.
got room,
Any open location is an available location. Right.
Yeah, as you've talked about all these features, that's where my mind keeps going. Is like this just removes so much opportunity for mistake.
Yes.
Like the real selection and identification with a simple light system. It's all throughout the way. It like you said, just kind of echoing that. That's all I keep thinking about. Like saved opportunities for mistakes to happen.
Yeah, I mean we're just, you know, our main focus is eliminating errors. Obviously, saving space is a big thing.
That's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
No, I mean,
but the labor savings and just, I mean, my coworkers always laugh when I say this, but it's the truth and it works, man. Like, my whole thing is, how do I get the most amount of work done, not have any errors, but also do as little as possible?
Yeah, sure.
It's like
That's
ultimate,
the dream, right?
Yeah, ultimate efficiency, as lean as it can get, as efficient as it can get. And people think it's lazy, but no, man, you put up the upfront work to get those processes in place, and it's supposed to be easy. Nothing should be difficult or hard or a challenge, or, you know, it all can be improved. It all can be done a better way. And that's why we're here, right? That's why Apex exists. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's certainly why we're here. We're talking to people like yourself who are giving us their solutions to the type of things that people in the assembly world see all the time. So, David, just want to thank you very much for joining us and talking about what Inovaxe brings. Hopefully the show's good for you guys.
It's been excellent. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so
David.
much.